Hi, I'm Shazil.
I'm Ben.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Andrea. So we're going to talk about student life today. And so, how's your student life, Shazil?
Hey, Andrea. My student life is pretty good and bad at the same time. I mean, I have a lot of stress on me because I have a lot of tests, homework, and midterms and finals coming up for me usually. So I have to plan those out. I have my homework which I need enough time for. I have to study ahead sometimes for some of my hard classes. And most of all, I need to figure out my future planning, especially for college and stuff. Well, all this stuff is so important, including my school life. I also have personal life and, as I said, my future life that I have to make planning for ahead of time. And stuff like this can be quite stressful because that limits that working and coming up with all this stuff at the same time and working on this stuff can sometimes take up a lot of time out of my days. While all this stuff is important for me, sleep is also very important, and I end up, cutting down my hours of sleep every night, which is quite stressful for me,
How much sleep do you get?
Like last night I got 5 hours of sleep because I had a big test today morning. So again, as research shows that it can be quite bad for your brain. Again, like Wednesdays are quite nice because you have late start, so I can catch up on my sleep sometimes. But as for other days, it can be I get headaches and stuff. It's quite stressful for me. So yeah. What about you, Ben? How's your student life, and do you have any stress in your life or pain?
Yeah, for sports. This is very stressful because
Why are they stressful?
during the week we have a couple of practices and couple of games, and those are stressful because teams and all the competition is really good. And
what do you do to overcome the competition or challenges?
I just try to get more confidence for myself, and my coaches and team captains try and encourage me the best they can. And it's pretty stressful because when I come home, I'm after a game or practice, I'm really physically or mentally exhausted, and I still have to do homework, and that it really I'm not really good at managing my time. And
is it really competitive? Is the sports team competitive?
How competitive are the
Yeah.
limits you're
I think it's the same for all sports. We just want to try our hardest and do our best in everything, all of the skills in the sport. And
interesting. So what about you, Brian? Do you have any stress or pain in your life that you'd like to share?
I'm currently doing pretty well. It's just that I sometimes do feel a little bit stressed for tests in my classes.
How stressful is it?
Well, so frankly speaking, the most stressful time has already passed, but I am not getting very, very relaxed these days. Well, I mean, I'm less concerned these days, but I can still feel the stress sometimes because I want to try as hard as possible and to do well on tests.
So what would you say is the main cause for these stress?
Tests, right?
The origin of the stress is because I'm afraid that I cannot do well, and I find that stress can sometimes be helpful if I know how to limit it well.
What about you, Andrea? How's your student life?
So I get anxieties, and I worry about my academic situation a lot. Getting a good grade in this school is really important. And it's not like other schools. Getting a C is just already passing. But in this school, getting A's are the passing grade. Getting to university is also a hard thing, and it gives me a lot of anxiety at the same time. And I'm also taking hard classes, and their tests are really hard, and it gives me stress. Yeah.
Good to know. That's very interesting. So what do you guys think would be good causes, or good ways to solve these issues, or in your student life, how can we make these better? As for me, I would request or suggest the school if they could, make late school start a bit later than normal days. Like for example, nowadays if we had instead of even 8:15, if we had school starting at 8:30, just those 15 minutes could make a big change. Like in parking lots and stuff, just getting there on time. The stress of being tardy and stuff. I see people getting hit and stuff. It's can make quite a bit of difference. What do you say, Ben?
I think to deal with my stress, I can manage my time better in like all the events and homework and tests that I have to study for. And also, if the coaches and like all the other players aren't like as like competitive as they want to be, like a lot of people like yell when they get mad, and they like kind of ruin the team chemistry, which really affects the team as a whole.
Totally understand. Hope they won't yell at you ever again. What about you, Brian?
Well, so what I think is that for people, not just me, but anyone who can have stress from tests may wish to ask teachers or even counselors for help, but the most important is that they should always turn to their teacher for assistance on the thing that they're studying. And by knowing more about what they're studying, either they can ask more after classes, or they can try to seek for assistance from peers. And getting these kind of helps will definitely make them feel better.
Yeah, totally makes sense. What about you, Andrea?
So I think that the teacher should understand us more better. Like sometimes teacher would give us a lot of homework and say like, oh, it's your responsibility. But at the same time, like I don't think they look at our side and like put like them in our shoes, because we have like a lot of other homework in other classes too, and like adding to all those other homeworks is just like a lot of stress. And I think that we should all like not try like to aim that high when we really can't do it. So
yeah. Definitely understand. I wonder what these kids have to say about this.
Yeah. So what stress do you guys have?
Okay, it worked. All right, we're good. All right.